Hey there, Catherine. Let's work through this 3-layer example for your paint shop scrapbooking. Okay, I've got the 3 files open just to save some time. This is the frame that you sent me. I also have Amanda open. Not the Amanda you sent me. I further modified this. I used the magic wand to select all the white all around her, and then deleted it, then saved this as a .png. So this one's called amanda.png. So that's how I got that. And the third one is the background. And here is the background. And I'm not sure how big it is. It's 3000. That's a big file. I'm going to make that smaller. I'm going to make that about 1000. Just for speed. My computer will go too slowly if I do it any other way. We'll be here for hours and hours and hours and hours. There it is. Okay. So now let's start working our way through it. We're going to work our way from the frame. So this is what I want to start with. Now let's go to Amanda. Now you go to Select All. That's in the Select menu. You can't see that because it's off screen. Then you go to Edit, Copy. And it's copying it. Okay. Now you go back to the frame layer and you go to the Edit menu, Paste as New Layer. There, it's pasted Amanda over top of the frame. Now that's not exactly the way we want her to be. We want her to be behind the frame, right? And she's awfully big. So let's scale her down a little bit first and then move her. So to scale her down, you've got this thing over here, this little arrowhead heady thing. It's called the pick tool. Just click on that and you get this bounding box. And you got little nubbies on each corner and you got them in the middle. You want to make sure the mode is set to scale. And you just get on one of the corners and just start dragging it in. And that's making it smaller. So it's scaling it down. Now we're going to move her around a bit. See how she shows up. Maybe this way a bit. There, and we can make her a bit smaller if we want, or bigger. It's up to you. I want to make sure that the bottom of the picture right here is underneath the very bottom, the top of the frame down there. So we don't want to have any funny spots underneath her. So that's good. We'll go with that one. Move her off to the right a bit. Okay, now I want her to be behind this layer. So what we do is we move one of these layers. The easiest thing to do is to click on the bottom one and drag it up. Just left click and hold and drag up. There we go. Cool, huh? Okay, so we're doing okay. We've got Amanda on checkered background with the frame in front. Now let's go to the background. And again, go to the Select menu, Select All, Edit menu, Copy, boom. Go back to the background, and you give it better names than that. And it's going to be Edit, Paste as New Layer. Okay, there it is. Now you can see that this one is too small. It needs to be bigger. So we go back to the pick thingy here, and we grab one of these corners, and it's still on scale, and we drag it up. Make it bigger. Drag it down a bit, see if it covers everything. Not quite, it has to get bigger yet. And we'll just keep doing that until we're happy with it. Okay, so that's covering everything. But of course, it's in the wrong place, right? So I'm going to move this one down to here. Okay, so now it's covering Amanda, but the frame is visible. Now it doesn't seem to work if I try and drag this down to the bottom. Oh, maybe it's going to work this time. It worked this time. There we go. That's what it is. So that's how you do it. It's as simple as that. One other thing. This background is boring. That gray doesn't work. So I'm going to turn off the frame. I'm going to turn off Amanda. Now we've got this. Now we're going to add some color to it. To do that, adjust Hue and Saturation. hue, saturation, lightness, and you get this screen here. And if it's just normal and you can't do anything with it, make sure that this little checkbox colorize is checked. Now, when you move around the hue, it changes the color. See that? Kind of neat, huh? And now you can take this one, the saturation, you can make it very saturated. Get that awful gaudy green. You can make it darker. And you can make it pasty whiter. Well, see, you've lost pretty much everything there. But there's probably applications where that's cool. Let's do with that one. It's dark. Okay, so now we're going to turn on this layer. And we're going to turn on this layer. And there we go. Now, if we don't like something in here, and when you've got a dark background, right around her hair here, didn't get selected very well. With the, I guess you used the background eraser. I didn't fix it. So we can go back here, take our move tool, and we can move it around. There. Doesn't show anymore. But that's not the way to fix up a poor selection. There we go. I don't know. You might be able to use the arrow keys as well. Yeah, I guess it inches across with the arrow keys, but it's easier to just left click and drag with your mouse. Okay, so that's it. Now, if I wanted to save this as an image just like this with the 3 layers intact, and that's always important to have access to that until you're ready to commit to it, what you want to do is go to File, Save As, and right here, Save as type. If I save it as a JPEG, it's going to collapse all these 3 layers onto themselves and it'll just be one layer document. Oh, we don't want that. We want to keep it intact, so we make it a PSP image. And so it'll be 2010 0710 underscore 1.psp image. And I think it's, well, maybe it's not saved there. Okay, so it's saved as that. Now I'm going to close this. Okay, so it's closed now. So let us go see if I can find that image. Here it is someplace. Whoops. Okay, let's pause it. Okay, I found it. There's our PSP image. It's 7.676 kilobytes. It's a big file, but it's what we want. So you can see it. Here's a preview. This is ACDC, the picture management thing I use. And I'm going to go up here to Edit Image, Paint Shop Pro X2, and it's going to reload this into Paint Shop Pro X2, and we will have all our layers intact once it comes up. There you go. See? All of them. So that's what you do. That's a quick course in working with layers. You just got to work with them. I know they're difficult when you get started. They make you pull your hair out and roll your eyes back in your head and start talking in tongues and everything. But remember, layers are your friends, and you need to work with them. So I hope this helps you, and glad you asked the question. Bye now.